After a tough opening loss to Colby Sawyer, the Spartan baseball team had to win 4 straight games to capture the NEAC East title. Could they do it?
And we have the top 5 plays from the month of April.
We'll show you those and more, so stay tuned as Spartan Sports Weekly starts right now.
Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Spartan Sports Weekly. Alongside Kyle Turner, I'm Kat Trudell, and here's what's going on in Castleton sports. Game 1 of the NEAC East playoffs, the Spartans taking on the Chargers of Colby Sawyer. Bottom of the first, runner on second with 2 outs, and Zach Mayo with an RBI single as Joe Borowski scores to put the Spartans up 1-0. Next batter, Pete Wagner, and he singles to right. That drives in Mayo to give the Spartans a 2-0 lead. But that's all they would get. Bottom of the 9th with 2 on and 2 out, Nate Swan strikes out looking as the Chargers would go on to win 7-2. With the loss in Game 1, the Spartans had to win 4 in a row to win the NEAC East title, and on Saturday their bats exploded. In their morning game against rival Husson, the Spartans scored 10 runs on 14 hits as they cruised to a 10-0 win over the Eagles to send them packing. Tyler Erickson pitched a complete game, giving up just 4 hits while striking out 7 batters. Then the Spartans went on to play Thomas College later that day at 3 p.m. It was another 14-hit performance for the Spartan offense as they cruised to an 8-2 win over the Terriers. Ryan Zelensky had himself quite an offensive game, going on 2 for 4 while driving in 3 RBIs. With both Husson and Thomas eliminated at the hands of the Spartans, the only team left standing was Colby Sawyer, who had not lost a game all tournament, which means the Spartans had to win 2 consecutive 9-inning games against the Chargers for the NEAC East title. Game 1 of the NEAC East Finals, Colby Sawyer, the home team, Castleton, the visitors. Start top of the second with 2 outs, bases loaded for Ryan Zelensky, and he gets a base hit into left field and 2 runs score.
1 run scores. Here comes Paz. He slides in safely.
Then top of the 4th, Spartans up 5-2. David Brandt lays down the bunt and throw to first base is off. That would bring in another run. And the Spartans force a second game with a 13-6 final.
11-4.
We come to Game 2 of the NEAC East Finals. The Spartans were the home team for this one. Start in the bottom of the 3rd. Spartans up 1-0. Pete Wagner showing some more swagger for his team with this RBI base hit to put the Spartans up by 2. But then in the top of the 6th, Wagner trying to make a routine play, but it gets by. Borowski and Colby Sawyer is within 1 as the Chargers try to mount a comeback. Top of the 9th, 1 on, 2 out, and Ryan Zelensky throws it over to first as the Spartans win the NEAC East title and will play at SUNY IT against Penn State Berks for the NEAC title.
After defeating Johnson State at home in the NEAC quarterfinals, the softball team traveled to Husson for the remainder of the NEAC tournament. On Sunday, the Spartans opened up against New England College. The Spartans scored 6 runs on 10 hits to get the win by a final of 6-3. Torrey Furon went 3 for 4 at the plate while driving in 4 RBIs. And then the Spartans took on Thomas College on Saturday. It was a close one for the Spartans. Taylor Lively suffered her first conference loss at the hands of the Terriers as the Spartans dropped this one by a final of 3-1. And to stay alive, the Spartans had to beat the team hosting the tournament, the Husson Eagles. They could not get it done, dropping a 4-0 decision. With the loss, the Spartans were knocked out of the NEAC tournament, but it was a great season for the softball team. They had their most successful season since 2005, where they went 22-15.
In the NEAC quarterfinals, the Spartans took on Thomas College at Spartan Stadium April 27th. Late first quarter, Zach Davidson gets the ball and scores to put the Spartans up 4-1.
Davidson scores.
Then in the second quarter, AJ Groot gets the ball, does a little shake and bake, and fires it home for one of his 5 goals in the game. Then late in the third quarter, Will Stuhler finds Davidson in front for the easy goal. And there was just too much Davidson for Thomas in this game. Alex Brands runs the length of the field, and he finds Davidson all alone in front. Davidson had 11 goals in the game, and the Spartans advanced to NAC semifinals.
And the number 7 seed, the Thomas Terriers, wrapped it up.
Then the Spartans played host to the Husson Eagles on Thursday in the NAC semifinals. Scoreless in the first quarter, Alex Green with a ball, and he scores from 10 yards out to give the Spartans the lead 1-0. Green had 3 goals in the game. Then in the third quarter, the Spartans are a man down, and Zach Davidson beats the keeper for his 45th goal of the season. Spartans go up 8-2.
Davidson scoring again, 8-2 with a man down.
Scary moment here for the Spartans. Alex Green takes 3 shots to the head. You see his teammates coming to his aid there. Green would not return for the rest of the game. Later in the fourth quarter, Will Stuhler scores his 2nd goal of the game. The Spartans get the win 14-3, and the Spartans advance to the NAC Finals at New England College on Saturday, May 6th.
And women's lacrosse delivered a beatdown as they crushed the Beavers of Maine Farmington 19-3. Amanda Floodstrom led the way with 6 goals and 3 assists for the Spartans. Jessica Taplin and Taryn Smith added 3 goals each. Then the women's lacrosse team played against New England College for the NAC East title at Spartan Stadium Sunday, April 29th. Early first half, Mariah LaShore loses the ball, but Amanda Floodstrom picks it up and she scores the goal as she had 4 goals in this game. Spartans tied up at 2 apiece. Midway through the second half, Spartans up 13-7, and Angelica Mazzola finds Kate Auer in front for the goal. Auer led the Spartans with 5 goals in the game. Later in the second half, Mazzola picks off the goalkeeper and scores her 4th goal of the game as the Spartans go on to win the NAC East title 18-10, and they will play host to Morrisville State Saturday, May 6th. The women's lacrosse team then traveled to Norwich for a game with the 14-0 Cadets. The Spartans played their hearts out, defeating the Cadets in overtime by a final of 10-9. Blake Wardwell led the way with 3 goals, including the overtime winner. Corey Healy and Kate Auer added 2 goals apiece.
The awards just keep coming for Castleton Athletics. In men's lacrosse, Adam Farmer was named the NAC Defensive Player of the Year. Farmer caused 12 turnovers and 33 ground balls this season. Freshman Zach Davidson was named the Rookie of the Year. Davidson led all freshmen with 17 goals, 23 assists, and 40 points in conference play. He now ranks 2nd in points per game in all of Division III. And finally, first-year head coach Bo McDougall was named the NAC Coach of the Year, leading the Spartans to a record of 7-1 in the NAC and a 2nd seed in the NAC tournament. And in women's lacrosse, freshman Kate Auer was named the NAC Rookie of the Year. Auer led all freshmen with 20 goals in conference play while adding 3 assists, 17 ground balls, and 15 draw controls in 6 NAC contests. Junior Danielle Roberts was named the NAC Defensive Player of the Year, causing 10 turnovers and 22 ground balls.
And in his first year as head coach, Chris Chapdelaine was named the NAC Softball Coach of the Year. Chapdelaine led his team to a program record 15 conference wins and just 1 loss. And at baseball, Ryan Zielinski was named the NEAC East Division Baseball Player of the Year. Zielinski led the NEAC East in just about every offensive category, including batting average and on-base percentage. And here are the top 5 plays from the month of April. Coming in at number 5, Mason Clifford homers to deep left field twice in a crucial conference matchup with rival Husson. Clifford put the team on his back and carried them to victory. As you see here, here's the 2nd home run. Clifford steps into it and just drills it deep to left, and the left fielder is just like, I don't got it. Number 4, Taylor Lively with back-to-back strikeouts against Johnson State. Lively was basically lights out all season. Number 3, Zach Davidson scores 11 goals against Thomas College in the NAC quarterfinals. Strangely enough, 11 is the number on his jersey. Yeah, I think Zach just wanted to get to 11 and stop right there, embarrassing Thomas.
Put on the offense
here this afternoon. And boy, had a great chance, found all kinds of room, was able to score.
And Davidson scores again.
For the number 2 play, here's Jack Healy with the call.
Right center field in the alley, and oh my, what a play on this play. Here it is again. Oh my, the play of the tournament, and we've seen some great defensive plays. Look at this, Dave Brandt stretches all the way out. Look at this.
And coming in at number 1, 20 athletes attempted to break the world record of the world's longest dodgeball marathon. The athletes played dodgeball for 41 hours and 3 minutes. Congratulations to Lindsay Gullett, who organized the event, and also congratulations to the athletes for sticking it out and being able to pull off this impressive feat. They must have been exhausted. I was exhausted just watching them. And here's a look at the upcoming schedule. Women's lacrosse is home against Morrisville State in the NAC Finals Saturday, May 5th at 12. Men's lacrosse is at New England College for their NAC Finals Saturday, May 5th at 1. And the baseball team is at SUNY IT for their NEAC Final matchup with Penn State Berks Saturday, May 5th at 1. That's all we have for you on this edition of Spartan Sports Weekly.
Be sure to check us out on Facebook and Twitter at the addresses below.
For all of us here at Spartan Sports Weekly, I'm Kyle Turner.
And I'm Kat Trudell. We'll see you next week for our final episode.